Hello and welcome to the work motivation class. This is probably going to be the last class. And in this class, we will be discussing about two theories. First, we will be discussing the Alderfer's ERG model or ERG theory. And then we will be discussing the need achievement theory of motivation. So this is Dr. Amjad Ali, Associate Professor, Department of Psychology, uh, School of Health and Medical Science, Admas University, Kolkata. So let's start with the first theory that we will be discussing today. That is Alderfer's existence, relatedness, and growth. That is generally known as ERG model or ERG theory. In short, we call it ERG. This theory came into existence on the basis of the previous theories that we discussed. The first one is that need hierarchy theory that we discussed. So after need hierarchy theory given by Abraham Maslow, serious doubts have been expressed about the existence of the 5 distinct need categories which Maslow hypothesized. There seems to be some overlapping between esteem, social and physiological needs. Also, the lines between esteem, social and self-actualization needs are not entirely clear. With these points in mind, Clayton Alderfer considered Maslow's 5 need categories into 3 sets. That is existence, relatedness, and growth. And Alderfer categorized these 3 categories in terms of needs. The first needs of the ERG model that we are discussing, existence needs. Over here, material existence requirements are mentioned. This group is the same as what has been called by Maslow physiological and safety needs. In an organizational context, the existence needs are satisfied by money earned in a job and spending them to obtain foods, clothing, shelters, etc. Means the if you will see in context with the two-factor theory, it is like hygiene. And in Maslow's context, it is the physiological needs. Need for existence, need for survival, need for hygiene, maintenance of hygiene. Second category of needs that Alderfer has discussed is relatedness needs. In organizational context, if I say, an implied desire to maintain important interpersonal relationships with peers, supervisors, and subordinates in work context can be termed as relatedness needs. Relatedness for an employee is in an organization context includes the need to interact with peers, receive recognition from the organization in the form of praise and awards, and feeling secure around people. Okay? Organization satisfies implies relatedness by creating a work environment that supports relationship between various levels and department by promoting hormone and collaboration. organization also create the relatedness when it gives rewards, bonus, etc. to those employees who have achieved their target. So a connection generates, okay, between the employer and employees, among the employees. So this Alderfer termed as relatedness needs. The third category of needs that Alderfer discussed is growth needs. These needs correlate with Maslow's fourth and fifth level of needs, the higher level. These needs seeks to fulfill and implies desires to by giving them an opportunity to complete the allotted in a creative and productive manners, thereby build and enhance and implies self-esteem through personal recognition and achievements. By empowering implies the freedom to take some risks, the organization not only benefit by availing an opportunity of more profit, but also imply management and leadership skills are polished. The third category is growth. Third category is growth needs. Okay. Alderfer also revised Maslow's theory in three other ways. Okay. You can see the figure. Let's discuss this figure. First, he argued that the three need categories from a hierarchy only in the sense of decreasing concreteness. That is, as we move from a focus on existence to relatedness to growth needs, the way we can satisfy those needs become increasingly abstract. Second, he recognized that rise in the level of satisfaction of our existence and relatedness needs may result in decreased concreteness. That is, as we move from a focus on existence to relatedness to growth needs, the ways we can satisfy those needs become increasingly abstract. He reasoned that we are likely to try to first satisfy out most concrete needs, and then we tend to move on to more abstract needs. In this sense, Alderfer sounds somewhat like Maslow, suggesting a pattern of satisfaction progression. That is, if we can't satisfy needs at a given level of abstractness, then we drop back and gain focus on more concrete needs. Thus, if we are unable to satisfy our growth needs, we again focus on relatedness needs. We can go through cycles, moving from a focus on one needs, then another, and then back again. Okay. Alderfer conceived of ERG needs along a continuum which avoids the implication that the higher up an individual is in the hierarchy, the better it is. Different types on the needs can operate simultaneously. If a particular path towards the satisfaction is blocked, the individual will both persist along that path and at the same time regress towards more easily satisfied needs. In this way, Alderfer distinguishes between chronic needs which persist over a period of time and the episode needs, which are situational and can change according to the environment or according to the situation. Alderfer work gives us up a sound basis to categorize of human needs and to think about the relationship between need categories. Okay. So now we can compare and contrast Alderfer's ERG theory with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. There are some similarities as well as there are some dissimilarities between Alderfer ERG theory and Maslow's theory of need hierarchy. So let's discuss first the similarities. Similarities, what are the similarities? First similarity, that both are content theories. As we discussed in the previous class, previous lecture, that we are discussing the content theories. So both are content because both are contented into individual. That's why they are considered both the theory because they are related to the needs. Whether it is Hasbach's theory of need hierarchy or Alderfer's theory of ERG model. Second, the basic needs emphasized in both are the same. What both emphasize? They are physiological, need for survival or the hygiene maintenance. Okay. Third one is that the overall structure of need categories is also the same. From basic means physiological to the higher order need, the highest order need that Maslow has discussed, that was the self-esteem and self-actualization. And this Alderfer is saying it as growth need. Okay. So if you will compare, they are almost similar to each other. Okay. So overall structure of the need categories is also the same. Alderfer has grouped further the 5 needs enunciated by Maslow. And the last dissimilarity is the fourth point, that both the theory deals with upward movement of motivation according to the hierarchy. If you remember, the Maslow's need hierarchy theory starts from physiological via security, social, self-esteem to self-actualization. Okay. Similarly here, ERG, energy, relatedness to growth. The sequence are almost same from lower to higher. Now come to dissimilarity. What are the differences between these two theories? Maslow's main contention is hierarchy of needs, whereas Alderfer focused more on a continuum of needs than their hierarchical levels. दोनों में ये फर्क. Thus, ERG needs do not maintain sharp lines of demarcation, unlike Maslow. Alderfer also envisaged downward movement in the hierarchy. In his opinion, there can be not only satisfaction progression, but frustration regression as well. And fourth, Alderfer also recognized the influence of a man's personal background and his natural environment. Accordingly, related needs or relatedness needs may in some cases take precedence over existence needs. Okay. So these were some of the similarities and differences between Maslow's and Alderfer model of motivation. Now, we will be discussing some merits of Alderfer's ERG theory. First, Alderfer's concept of needs is more direct and simple to understand. Energy, relatedness, and growth. Because Alderfer has categorized into three categories. Second, it is more flexible and therefore more realistic. If you remember the Maslow's need hierarchy theory, one of the criticisms that Maslow has received was his methodology and strictness of category of needs. Here, there is no strictness. Okay. So it is more flexible and therefore more realistic. In the words of Luthans, most contemporary analysis of work motivation tend to support Alderfer's ERG theory over Maslow's need hierarchy. Okay. Third merit of this theory is that the provision of backlash of fulfillment of a need accords with reality. And fourth one is there is a specific method indicated in the theory for its testing and validation. Okay. So these are some of the merits that I have just discussed. Now come to some of the criticism. The fact that the needs are not strictly demarcated goes against the theory. Probably, this is one of the important reasons for lack of popularity of Alderfer's ERG theory. The term relatedness used in ERG model is particularly confusing. And like other content theory, it fails to contribute effectively to human resource management. Okay. So if you will see overall, the Alderfer ERG theory, it is really important theory, which is nowadays also very relevant and people are using this theory. But this theory has got some of the merit as well as some demerit also. So similarity and differences are there in this theory. Okay. Now come to McClelland's need for achievement theory. This is also one of the content theory, as I said, that I will be discussing with you, the content theory. So this is another well-known need-based theory of motivation. As opposed to hierarchy of needs or satisfaction, dissatisfaction, that is two-factor theory, is the theory developed by David C. McClelland and his associates. McClelland developed his theory based on Henry Murray's developed long list of motives and manifest needs used in his early studies of personality. McClelland need theory is closely associated with learning theory because he believed that needs are learned or acquired by the kinds of events people experience in their environment and culture. He found that people who acquire a particular need behave differently from those who do not have those needs. His theory focused on Murray's three needs: achievement, power, and affiliation. In the literature, these three needs are abbreviated as NAC, NPAW, and NF, respectively. We will discuss. So let's discuss these three. NAC means need for achievement, NPAW means need for power, and NF means need for affiliation. So first, start with need for achievement. This is the drive to excel, to achieve in relation to a set standard and to strive to succeed. In other words, need for achievement is a behavior directed towards competition with a standard of excellence. McClellan found that people with high need for achievement perform better than those with a moderate or low need for achievement, and noted regional, national differences in achievement motivation. Though his research, McClelland identified the following 6 characteristics of high need achievers. You can see on the slide itself. The first one is that high need achievers have a strong desire to assume personal responsibilities for performing a task or finding a solution to a problem. Second, high need achievers tend to set moderately difficult goals and take calculated risk. Third, high need achievers have a strong desire for performance feedback. Fourth, they have need for achievement for attaining personal accomplishment. Fifth, they look for challenging tasks. Sixth, the high need achievement individuals are not buck passers. Buck passers. Second is need for power or N power, as I said. The need for power is concerned with making an impact on others. Power. Hope you understand the term power. Power is actually generally defined as individuals' capacity to influence. If you will say individual means A. So A's capacities to influence B in such a way so as to be act in accordance to A wishes. That is what power actually is called. In this theory, need for power that we are discussing now is concerned with making an impact on others or a desire to influence others or the urge to change people and the desire to make a difference in life. Okay. So people with a high need for power are people who like to be in control of people and events. These results in ultimate satisfaction to man. If you have the power, or if you are able to utilize the power, you are supposed to be satisfied. People who have a high need for power are characterized as, first, or characterized by, first, a desire to influence and direct somebody else. As I said, the definition of power, that it is a desire or people's ability or people's power or capacity to influence. People's means individual capacity to influence B, A's capacity to influence B in such a way that B can act in accordance with A's wishes. Whatever wish A has, then B or C or D will act accordingly. So, second is a desire to exercise control over others. If you will utilize the power, you will control others. As I said, that other will act according to your instruction, your wishes, your desire, or whatever you say, the bee will act accordingly. Third, a concern for maintaining leaders followers relationship. This need for power is also required in an organization if leader wants that his followers or her followers will follow what the leader is saying. So power is on other way also required. Okay. Next is the third need in McClellan theory is need for affiliation. The need for affiliation is defined as a desire to establish and maintain friendly and warm relationship with other people. The need for affiliation in many ways is similar to Maslow's social needs. So, the people with high need for affiliation have the following characteristics. First, they have a strong desire for acceptance and approval from others because he or she wants to be affiliated, he or she wants to be attached to someone or some group or some organization. So affiliation is another need. Second characteristics that you will find in a person who has need for affiliation is that they tend to conform to the wishes of those people whose friendship and companionship they value. Okay. If they value, they respect the friendship, companionship, they will have the means, they have the need for affiliation. Third, they value the feelings of others. The people who has need for affiliation will value the feelings of others. They will respect the feelings of others to which one wants to be associated. Okay. As regard to the three needs that we discussed, McClelland holds the view that all three needs may simultaneously be acting on an individual, but high needs for achievement is found dominating one. Okay? Yes. So, if you will see this need for achievement or an achievement, McClelland theory of need for achievement, you will find that McClelland theory for need for achievement has some relationship. As I said, okay. So The three motives correspond in consonance with Maslow's love, esteem, and self-actualization needs. Okay. So McClellan argued that these needs are not inherent traits, but are learned over time through life experiences, through cultural influences, and socialization processes. Moreover, individuals may possess a combination of these needs, but need is often dominant. The three motives correspond in consonance with Maslow's love, esteem, and self-actualization needs. As you can see, that N affiliation is in consonance of Maslow's love needs. N power is in consonance with Maslow's esteem need, and N achievement or need for achievement is consonant with Maslow's self-actualization needs. Okay. So, the relative intensity of affiliation, power, and achievement motives varies among individuals. It also tends to vary between different occupations. Managers appear to be higher in achievement motivation than in affiliation motivation. Okay. If I say, or if I give you example of these motivations or these need for motivations, need achievement. Categorically, I will tell you that person with high need for affiliation tend to prioritize social relationship over task accomplishment. Remember, you can identify in your organization also, and you can name them that which category of needs one is requiring or one is looking for or desires for. So if a person having high need for affiliation, they tend to prioritize social relationship over task accomplished. They will have secondary view on task accomplishment. They will prefer the primary focus on the relationship. Similarly, a person who has a high need for power, they will concentrate on seeking and exercising power or exercising authority. Such a person is oriented towards influencing others and winning arguments so that they can show power, so that they can show that whatever I say is correct, you have to follow. Third, people with high need for achievement prefer challenge of working a problem and accept personal responsibility for success or failure rather than leaving the outcome to chance or the actions of others. So you can identify in your organization also that on the basis of this theory that which person is in which category. Okay. So McClellan saw the achievement need achievement as the most critical for an organization's economic growth and success. The need to achieve is linked to entrepreneurial spirit and the development of available resources. Okay. Hope you understand this theory, need for achievement theory. I will stop here today, and in the entire class, if I recapitulate you, then we have discussed the work motivation, meaning, definition, characteristics, nature, everything we discussed in our first interaction. In the second interaction, we have discussed on the topic Maslow's need hierarchy theory in detail. In the third, we have discussed two-factor theory given by Herzberg's motivation hygiene theory. Then we, in this class, we have discussed the two theories. The first one was elder for ERG that we have discussed today. And the last one that we discussed, need achievement theory. Okay. Need achievement motivation given by McLelland. So I will stop here. Thank you for joining. Happy learning. Thank you.